If you're working in the gig economy right now, I have the most important updates, new features, things to watch out for, different platforms you might not be aware of in this video, updated for August 2025. We do these videos every single month. Typically it's at the beginning of the month, but it's been very busy here at the Your Driver Mike Side Hustle Variety Show. Consider subscribing. I've been doing this gig work since 2015. It'll be 10 years this October. I invite you to be here in October when we hit 10 years. But I follow this stuff for you. I've researched the most important articles directly from our Your Driver Mike newsletter at yourdrivermike.com/newsletter. You can be sent it for free every month, no spam, just value. And I want to go over these stories today, why they matter, what's happening, and if you're a gig worker, what this is going to mean for you. I see you in the live chats. I appreciate you being here. If you missed any lives, click the notification bell, click all notifications. Let me know where you're watching from, what markets, what's working for you. You might say, well, Mike, none of it's working for me. Like the gig economy's dead. I mean, you've done it for 10 years, but let me know. I want to hear it. We're a team. I'm one person. I'm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You get the gist of it. First story, catering platform, Dlivrd, rebrands to Expedite. And there's some information I'm going to show you right now. Have you heard of this platform? Firstly, this. Have you even heard of Dlivrd? There you go. Hopefully I'm opening your eyes to new gig platforms already. If so, drop a like on this video. This platform, Dlivrd, is one of three that I highlight. Trust me, I'm open to looking at any major platform. It's just these ones have nationwide availability. The catering space. Why is it good right now? Why is it arguably the hottest niche? Let me know if there's another niche I should be following closer in the gig economy. You know, like rideshare delivery, parcel, grocery shopping, pet sitting. That's the gig economy. But catering, I feel like we have not been watching catering. That's why I like it in 2025. Now, this catering platform just rebranded to Expedite. I'm going to show you what they just said here and what it means to you. This just weeks ago. So let's see what they said here. Horsham, PA. I'm also in Pennsylvania, so Pennsylvania-based company. A leader in last mile delivery announced the formation of its new parent company, Dlivrd Technologies, Inc., and the strategic rebrand of its core delivery platform as Expedite. This move positions the company for scalable, multi-vertical expansion, serving industries beyond catering, including retail, meal kits, and e-commerce. Forming Dlivrd Technologies and launching Expedite was a deliberate move to scale our vision, said Chris Heffernan, CEO of Dlivrd Technologies. Expedite reflects not just where we're going, but how we'll get there faster, smarter, and with the same operational excellence that built our name in catering logistics. So what does this mean for you? I say, look at catering. I've done catering gig apps. I've done Deliver That. I've done Zifty. I've signed up for, I got activated and swiftly deactivated on Dlivrd because they want you to do a delivery in your first 60 days. Noted, please let me back on. But I'll show you everything in the gig economy. But seriously, catering can pay more per mile, marginally more work. I had to set up buffet style with like those little chafing trays. It has a little sterno. You put the food in there, right? Like a banquet, a wedding. You've seen those things. A bit more work. Yeah, more stuff. Okay, maybe I got to carry 2 big catering bags. I don't have catering bags. I need to get it. But the pay per mile, and still for marginal time and effort, the pay per hour, the most important things to you is quite good on catering. Now, Dlivrd was, I guess, one of these sole providers in the catering space. But they've said, okay, we're going to do other stuff other than just catering. Here's what it means to you. Let me know in the live chat or the comments down below, are you currently activated on Dlivrd? If so, you would probably benefit from this, because now they're kind of reverse engineering, basically, like they're doing the opposite of what everyone else is basically doing. They're starting with catering and now branching out to retail. I don't know what kind of stores they're going to partner with. Dick's Sporting Goods, CVS, maybe the Walgreens, those kind of, maybe shop and deliver. I don't even think. Might it be shop and deliver? I don't know. We don't know. It might just be a pickup. Enter retail store here. Meal kits. Who typically offers, lean into this, please. Drop a like on this video if you appreciate what I'm about to say here. Who's doing meal kit deliveries? Like, think about it. Who's been even doing meal kit deliveries? It is typically routed delivery. That's another big aha moment, I hope, for Dlivrd and you. Now they're doing new verticals, what they call multi-vertical expansion. So Dlivrd's going multi-vertical, but then they're also doing, probably, I would guess, meal kit routed delivery. So that gives you 2, 3, 4 hour predictable routes. We'll see, this just happened. We'll see how this unfurls. So let me know. But then I could have a route of what? I don't know, Factor and this and that, all these other meal kit services. And I get some deliver in-house, but some might now go through Dlivrd. And consequently, you, the contracted delivery courier. So my initial verdict on this rebrand, honestly, because I haven't done them myself, I do favor Dlivrd and Zifty, in the catering space. But now they're not just doing catering. And I gotta say, Dlivrd, if you've never heard about it, here it is, Dlivrd. They're now Expedite, but whatever. I'm sure it reroutes the website. I kind of like this. I kind of like it because it could give you more offer opportunities. It will. It's going to give you more offer opportunities to do everything I just mentioned: retail, meal kit, e-commerce, delivery. And why not? It is free to be on these platforms for the most part. Some you have to do a background check. It's a one-time thing. Just pay it. It's a business expense. But it's such a low barrier to entry to get an opportunity. And I'll close with this. We're going to move on to our next story. I appreciate you being here. I will take your questions after the video because I do see you posting questions in the live chat. If there is an Achilles heel and weak point for the remaining, basically national players in the catering gig space, Dlivrd and Zifty, it's going to be that they are not multi-channel or multi-vertical. Again, that's going to be their weakness because all they do is catering. Now, it's your challenge. If you're one of these companies, your challenge is going to be dominate that space, get more catering partners, get the word out there to catering customers. Because if catering is going to be your thing, it can be your thing, but you need to dominate in order to stand out and get enough offers for your contracted workers. So let's move on to our next story. Again, my name is Mike. You can get all of this sent to your email box every month for free. It's just our newsletter. There you go. yourdrivermike.com/newsletter. Now over 6,000 thank you on our newsletter here. And make sure to check out our new gig app. Track your earnings with tax reporting. Learn from others. earn actual money. It's like the only app that does all the prior while actually letting you earn money as well. And a ton more. I'm not going to mention it all right now. Your time's valuable. ShiftMateApp.com. That is our new gig app launching in a month and a half in October. Sign up for the wait list. iOS first with support for Android coming soon next year. We're getting reservations every day, so thank you to those signing up. Not a big story. Just DoorDash announcing a new Dasher app. You know, we can probably skip that one, right? DoorDash announced a brand new Dasher app. Oh my goodness. Just 10 days ago. So check this out. Now, we did an entire breakdown video on this separately, so I'll give you the cliff notes here. This was announced in April of this year, 2025. But there's one phrase in here that every single person on or considering DoorDash needs to pay attention to. So as we look, they say we'll be gradually rolling out this update to all Dashers everywhere in the coming weeks. So hopefully your ears perked up because every single DoorDash Dasher is getting this new iteration in the next couple of weeks. It doesn't even say months. So make sure to subscribe. I'll follow this for you and I'll test it and Dash a bunch here in Pittsburgh when I get this new iteration. But again, high level here, because we did do a full video breakdown here, a new home screen with a new map. And this new map is going to show wait times, quote, as you zoom in. So how much would you like that? Like, okay, imagine this. I go on DoorDash and you know how it's like broken down into different sub marketplaces like this. Okay. And it says busy, very busy, or it's gray if it's not busy. They're going to get rid of that and show, you can see here, wait times. So if you're in a competitive, little sub marketplace like this, the little segments of your market, Vegas, California areas, Florida areas, Texas areas, a lot of areas, frankly, now in 2025 are competitive. I could see a wait time of how long I have to wait to get an offer. Interesting. Now we also have the Uber Eats like pill style earnings button. It's like exactly what Uber and Uber Eats does on your Uber driver app. So, all right, cool. I can see my earnings at a glance. I don't hate it. We knew where to find it, but now it's easier to find. And you can see right here, a real-time earnings button. Okay, fine. But those of you that like Earn by Time, you can now, instantly and easily toggle over to Earn by Time. Now, let me say this about Earn by Time. I need your help on this, so please share, because sometimes I feel like I'm the only one. Sometimes I'm like, hey, does anyone else sympathize for what I'm going through? And everyone's like, we don't have that. So please let me know if you have this. My Earn by Time, I go on, open the home screen of the Dasher app, and the original version has a little, it's a little toggle thing. There's different options, right? One side says earn per offer. One side says earn by time. And I can never use earn by time, ever. It is always locked out. 1:30 in the morning, 12 p.m. in the afternoon, 10 a.m. in the morning, whatever. It's always locked. So if we can fix that, guys, I'd appreciate it. But I know people like Earn by Time, especially if you drive those bar rush hours, 10 p.m. until 4 a.m. because there might be, lobbies closed, drive through only. Or if you drive after a 9 to 5 p.m. until 8 p.m. And the first part of that is rush hour. So when you're getting paid by active time, when I accept to when I deliver it, you're not sweating it as much. You're sitting in rush hour, if you're on an earn per offer, You're like, let's go. I'm making $7.50 on this offer, no matter how long it takes. Versus earn by time, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm making $18 per active hour. I'm making $20 per active hour. And you can earn more than that if there's tips. Albeit tips might be lower on earn by time. That's what they say. I have statistically found that to be true when I've tested it, just so you know. And a few other things. We'll run through this pretty quickly. More core buttons, a better sidebar, kind of, the menu thing when you open the menu on the top left. Improved new inbox icon, et cetera, et cetera. So here's the side menu. One thing I did like about this is it kind of nicely integrates your Dasher rewards status right into the sidecar. You can see this Dasher example, it's gold, the status. Now that tells me that Dasher rewards is not going anywhere. So if we thought that Dasher rewards would change, get rid of that acceptance rate based, rewards program, because that's what it is. It's in part based on your acceptance rate. It's not going away. But I will say this. Come here. Let me know. Let me know what happened to this. What happened to this? What happened to the overall Dasher rating program, guys? Do you have your status, your rewards status? Is it based on like your acceptance rate, hitting different things? Or is it based on the same metrics, but you're given points? And your points have to equal like up to 100 to get platinum. That was announced, I don't even remember when. And that was it. We did not hear much of anything from the overall Dasher rating program, the one with points. So we're still doing Dasher rewards, but please give us an update to the points program. Staying on DoorDash here, an expanded partnership with McDonald's. Now, I know you might not love getting offers from this particular location, this restaurant. Do you accept McDonald's runs? Can you let me know? Like, is it on your blacklist? Like, never, man, never. Or it's like, well, yeah, but it has to be lobby only because drive-thru is crazy. What is it? Or when I go in the lobby, you know how the bag is sealed and you have to like give them the order numbers and letters. Like my order is 74A, whatever it is, And it's like, I can never get someone's attention because the lobby is too crazy. Well, you might get even more. You might get even more McDonald's offers with this recently announced last week. So I would subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a like on this video because I do try to bring this to you first. If you're on our email list, again, it already went out. So this would already be in your email box. Either if you don't have the time for the deeper breakdowns like we do here, feel free to jump on that newsletter and just use this as context because that's what we're doing here. We're adding context. So what this is saying is customers online for McDonald's can now have an online ordering experience, allowing customers to order McDelivery via mobile, web, or desktop, no app downloads, et cetera, et cetera. And there's where you come into play. Orders are fulfilled by Dashers. So literally all this is doing is it's allowing customers to order on the web, either on their phone or a desktop, like a computer, and just, place orders for McDonald's directly on their website. This is a la what they did with Starbucks. And I'm not sure how long that contract went for, but if you didn't know, DoorDash did the same partnership with Starbucks. Basically, there might be some nuanced differences, but you could order and then it'd be fulfilled by Dashers. So they added a delivery option in the Starbucks mobile app. Guess who's that's fulfilled by? You. Now, basket size, we talk about that. What is the AOV, average order volume, or basket size, customer spend? How much are the customers spending on average? Starbucks versus clown, purple guy, right? Typically, a basket size or AOV might be a bit higher on Starbucks. They're higher priced single items. I know, fast food prices are trending upwards, but so if we're thinking about a percent tip, you might have a better chance fulfilling Starbucks runs. Now keep in mind, let's not try to reinvent the wheel here. You see the amount, you see the restaurant on the offer card. So if you don't want to pick up from clown, purple guy, right? Happy Meal, et cetera, RIP Play Place, then you don't have to accept the offers. So I'll tell you that. It's just the risk versus reward if you get the offer, if you want to go there. Because that's where the unknown comes into play. When I get there, is it going to be crazy or a pain to actually get the pickup? Now remember, you have a certain amount of cancellations real quick. That's when I would reserve my cancellations. So your completion rate on DoorDash is a percent of times that you've already accepted, you've committed to taking that offer, and then the percent of times you've actually completed it to delivery. Now, you have a threshold, typically 10%, so that drops you down to 90% completion rate. But I think they just increased it. I forget what it was, like 92, 95 in some marketplaces. There's some variance there. So go into your ratings on DoorDash and see what your minimum accepted completion rate is. But if you get there and it's super slammed, my point is that's when you use your reserved cancellations. Hey, we just got it. It's honestly, man, it's going to be like 20 minutes. We just got it. We got a big rush in. We got a bunch of web orders. They all hit at once. That is when you use your allotted cancellations. That's also why I wouldn't burn through your cancellations. Next update, you can see there, Uber introduces upcoming women preferences feature. So let me show you that. This was announced actually late last month here. So a little bit later, but this should be coming by now that we're in August and not July here. So in short, for riders and drivers, you're going to have a preference to choose women drivers and passengers if you're said woman driver or passenger. So for instance, if you're a driver, this is on rideshare, of course. Women drivers will soon have the option to request trips from women riders, including during peak earnings hours like evenings. This means more opportunities to earn on their terms with flexibility and confidence. And now we can see the example here. There's a toggle where the driver would just toggle on right there, women trip preferences. And then for context, here's what it looks like for the rider. Now, I started with rideshare October 2015, Halloween weekend, arguably the busiest time of the year for rideshare. That and New Year's Eve, typically. Thanksgiving is kind of up there like the night before, but I started with Uber. I added Lyft like a month and a half later or something, right? And I feel like Lyft has had something like this for a while now. I mean, you can tell I don't really do rideshare anymore. It's something I could look into, but I'm really interested in the delivery space, less than truckload, LTL routed delivery, stuff like that. Yeah, shopping, sure, but let me know if you'd like to see more rideshare. And I feel like Lyft has had stuff like this for some time. You can help me out in the comment section here. Now, let's be real here. I try to give you a neutral stance. That's why I think this is the best place to learn about the gig economy. If you're someone that's going to be doing gig work in particular, because I've actually done it and I've researched this stuff for you. This has kind of lit up some comment sections, if we're real. Okay? If we're real, this lit up some comment sections because people were saying well, is there a guy's preference? Or what about, male drivers that can't get as many rides now? What about the vast majority of male drivers I prefer not to be filtered out so I can get more options and make the kind of money I'm used to making and not lose out on, 10% of your rides? 15? Is it going to be even more? We don't know because this is going to be coming out here. So there was that whole debate, right? You can let me know, is this going to kind of spark further, whatever you want to call it, reactions, etc. And moving on, staying on Lyft here. If you are a Lyft driver, you can be now marked as a favorite driver. And this is interesting because I have been following this stuff for some time, and there has been other platforms, that have come and gone and like Sidecar, Amazon restaurants for food delivery. And there's even platforms now that allow the end user or customer to mark favorites. Poplin, everyone's favorite, to watch someone wash dirty laundry and deliver it. You get paid for it. Make sure to watch that popular recent video I did on Poplin. But they can mark you as a favorite. So this new feature from Lyft, you can see here, favorite a driver, rate your experience. How was your ride to Starbucks? What went well? Yeah, they were really friendly. And then right down here, favorite this driver. And then we can see on the right side, the passenger in this case is going to see, hey, one of your favorite drivers accepted your route request. My thoughts on this as someone who doesn't really do rideshare anymore, but I had thousands of trips on rideshare. I've done thousands and thousands of trips and transactions across most every single niche. If this was me, having a background in customer service, I did 6 years in a call center. Okay, there's one customer service. I did retail, literally the customer service, sides of that, B2C, business to consumer, B2B, business to business in the call center. So I'm very versed in customer service. This does reward customer service. This rewards someone who is, look at the metrics there, friendly driver, clean car, good driving, above and beyond. I kind of like this. Why? Because it rewards what I would value if I'm taking a ride, professionalism, professional customer service, and driving. I can't even remember the reason. I think we were picking up my car. No, I think it was when I was picking up a new car I was buying, and my dad and I had to take an Uber because we were going to drive, in the new car back home. And we had an Uber driver. I'm sure a lot of us can maybe share. Maybe we don't want to admit it's happened, but they weren't that professional on the road. Like back roads, speed limit 25, maybe 30. And it doesn't take much to kind of feel like on those back roads of Pennsylvania, by the way, that you're like, I don't think we should be going this fast on these winding roads. Some of it that doesn't have a little shoulder, like berm, whatever that thing is called, a little metal, what's it called? Someone let me know. The guardrail. There we go. I got it. And it's not like we're over a cliff or anything, but it's like, and then even my dad said that. He was like, yeah, that driver was a little, and even I had to admit, I'm like, yeah, they were driving a bit fast. Okay. It's not professional. So if you can be a favorite driver, I like it. Because last point on this, before we move on, what does this do for your actual earnings? Because look, I know that's the main thing. How is it going to make me more money? All right, I get it. You know, it can make you more money because it can build a recurring client base. I say that about platforms that allow you to set your own pricing, like TaskRabbit, like Homaglow. It's a cleaning gig app, like cleaning services. Rover and Wag, pet sitting, where you set your own rates. Care.com, babysitting and stuff like that. You set your own rates, but then there's recurring clients because they like you. You're the favorite, right? Poplin does that. I've had actually at least one customer mark me as a favorite on Poplin. I've only done 3 offers, but they marked me as a favorite because they had good customer service and professionalism. So if there's someone that's always takes an Uber, they have the money and they're taking an Uber from the suburbs into like downtown, whatever, for meetings or whatever it is, just someone that takes a bunch of Ubers for business or for recreation or for whatever it is, and they mark you as a favorite, that could, we talked about like, will the women's preference takeaway offers? This might add offers. This could bump up your offers by 5%. Some of these clients might be higher tipping clients. So it could increase your revenue from tips. You could say, oh, it's a ride from Jared. He tips awesome. He tips like $20 every single time. So again, that is a reward for good customer service. Let's go to Instacart. We have a couple more updates today. Make sure you do check out our new app, ShiftMate. ShiftMate is coming out in October. Super excited about that. Alex asked for iOS first, Android shortly to follow. It's going to track your earnings, daily, weekly, monthly, custom reports, trend analysis, action plans that no one else is showing. So yes, we do the basics, tax reporting, track your miles and stuff like that. But we measure, hey, are you hitting what you need to hit on the most important metrics? Oh, I should be tracking metrics? Yeah. We let you know what those metrics are. We explain why they matter, and we give you a grading scale to hit. So you can see exactly what's working on your gig app in your marketplace. Because again, I know these marketplaces vary. So get ShiftMate. There's a free version. Just sign up on the form on the home page. And then there's a premium option that unlocks some of those deeper insights that you're going to want as well. Every plan backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. Fantastic tool that we're building over there. Shop and deliver. Shopping on Instacart. Instacart just refreshed their entire learning academy. Now, kind of stands to reason what this is, but Instacart, it's a grocery shopping platform. So I'm going to shop for the customer's groceries, communicate any substitutions, and then I make the delivery. Now, I'm not very bullish on Instacart. Quite the opposite. I'm kind of bearish, if you will, to use the finance terminology here on Instacart. I don't love shop and deliver. Doesn't matter. Do you like it? And, even more importantly than both of our opinions about it, is it actually making you more money for the same or less effort and time than other niches? If yes, lean into Instacart and or Shipt, their competitor, Target-owned Shipt. So if you're someone who's interested in the shop and deliver aspect, if you don't want to do a bunch of deliveries for food, if you don't want to have passengers in your vehicle, you could just chill in a grocery store, shop, do your thing, and make money on Instacart. Now remember, there's challenges of item availability in this and that, but knowing that Instacart just revamped their learning academy, like walkthroughs, how-tos, explaining features, might be something to look into. And then lastly today, Shipt, there you go, competitor Shipt, announces a portable benefits program for their Shipt shoppers. That's the name just for the gig workers like yourself in Alabama. Now, if you're thinking, I'm not in Alabama, that's fine. Listen to this. This was announced just a couple of days ago, August 19th, at the time of filming this video. If you didn't know, Shipt is kind of following in the footsteps of DoorDash. DoorDash was really the first gig company, at least like one that has nationwide availability, like first major gig company to experiment with portable benefits programs. What is that? Well, if you're a gig worker, you don't have any benefits, right? You're not a W-2 employee, so you don't have any benefits as far as 401k allocation and matching, healthcare, the vision, stuff like that. So what these programs offer is either some kind of fund that you can contribute to, either some fund matching as well, like matching the funds that you contribute into it, and then giving you basically kind of like a health savings account, at least some kind of pool to go into actual benefits. And you can see here, Alabama shoppers starting October 1st, just in a couple of weeks, Alabama shoppers can begin qualifying to open a Stride Save account with the portable benefits platform Stride. And again, DoorDash started this, and they actually started it here in Pennsylvania, where I'm at. And they actually, DoorDash, this is, posted a blog post detailing what they called the future of work. And their quote, future of work, incorporates something like this. It incorporates some kind of portable, transitory, take along with you benefits program. Now, what do you do if you're like, if you don't have a W-2? If you do not have a W-2, if you're doing gig work full-time, and or again, you're just in between jobs, you're doing the gig work for like some time, 6 to 8 months, and you like to have benefits. And again, if you had some carryover benefits from your past employer, look into that first. But say you have none of that, no benefits. You go to your state's benefits portal. Here in Pennsylvania, it's called Pennie. Pennie. So that is what I went through as someone who's self-employed. I don't have a company, an employer, W-2 to, withhold earnings for my insurance, benefits, 401k. So I have to do all that myself. So again, if you're full-time, this will be really interesting to you. DoorDash has started doing it, and we see Shipt doing it here as well. So with that, what story stood out most to you? Again, this is part of our free newsletter. Check it out. DriverMind.com/newsletter. I'll send that to your inbox every month. Join over 6,000 on our wait list already. But I want to hear your questions. Put that in the live chat, or if you missed it, in the comments below. If you missed this Q&A portion that we're about to get into, just click the join button down below. If you can't see the join button, go to a computer, a desktop, a laptop. You can join as a Team VIP channel member there, so you can get all the replays that also have video chapters, so you can follow along easily with all those Q&A replays.